Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 17 for what will be the Japanese Grand Prix. Okay, for round number 17, obviously. Last time out in Russia, obviously, I know you can see the Russian circuit here, obviously. We haven't skipped forward. We do have a contract negotiation to do with first quickly, so that's why I didn't skip forward this part. But obviously, last time out in Russia, we came second to our teammate, which allows my teammate to extend his championship advantage to now what is 15 points over us in the championship, which in a way could be the difference between winning and losing the championship. If we are going to really make a challenge for championship, we need to really get results start going our way, of course, now rather than later, hopefully. But of course, I'm not going to panic just yet because we do have a good car. I know we've got a good car, and we've just got to focus on that, really. So yeah, you know, I'm not too fussed about it, of course. I know we've got a good car, so we've got to believe in our car. And obviously we'll be fine in the end, or we should be fine. So right, so obviously we're going to crack on with round number 17, the Japanese Grand Prix. And obviously we're trying to really beat our teammate, but we do have to be a bit wary of our fellow opposition in terms of the two Red Bulls, of course, because they are behind us, but they're not too far behind, of course. They're certainly still within a shout of the championship, of both championships, but right now, you would have to conclude right now that myself and Bottas are the firm favourites going into the last 5 rounds of Season 4, and we are tempted to do a Season 5, of course. You know, we are considering it, put it that way. But at the same time, I'm also considering not doing a Season 5 and wait until 2019 comes out and to crack on with a new career mode, of course. So, right, we'll get into practice then. FP1, of course. You know, so obviously we'll get into FP1, see how things go, obviously, in FP1. Hopefully things go well, of course. And yeah, we'll just see, you know, obviously, how things go. So yeah, Suzuka, obviously, one of my favourite tracks on the calendar. If you don't know, probably one of the best tracks overall on the calendar. It's got so many good factors about it, but at the same time, it's a challenge as well, and it's a nice track. It's not just a track you can drive around, get all the corners right, and really rely on the corners. And it's not a track you can rely on your car either, because yes, you can have a good car around here, but it is also a track where you do have to drive quite a good lap as well. So we'll go into turn 1, obviously, down the main straight. And it's actually quite a lot longer of a run than it may seem. Okay, down into turn 1. You are heading into turn 1 over 200 miles per hour. And then you sort of want to hook turn 1 and 2 up as one corner, really. That's how I try it, really. Then through the S's, of course. Again, a segment of corners that can be quite tricky, of course. And it's all about early on the power through there and up the top of the hill into your first Lesmo underneath the bridge. Then into the hairpin where Danny Kvyat had his famous crash back in 2015 and where we spin in Season 4. Well, we'll try that again. You do have to be, as much as you want to get on the power around here, you do have to be quite careful. Also, I just want to point that out of this track, because it does bite, and when it does bite, it bites quite hard. Right, up into 130R. This is where Fernando Alonso went around the outside of Michael Schumacher. No longer actually 130R degrees. There used to be 130R radius degrees. That's why it's called 130R. Bit of a clue in the name. So right, we'll do the second lap, of course.
That's the
even though we do get the green, so that's 25 anyway. Obviously at this phase, and we can do the quickest lap. If we didn't do the quickest lap, I'd be a bit ashamed. So through there, the car feels absolutely lovely out of the top of that S. Car is snapping though, a little bit on the front, so I think really we could do with maybe a bit of an understeer setup, personally. Maybe one that gives a bit more grip to the rears, sort of thing. But a little bit less grip at the front. No, that's a bit of an unusual way to go with a car. Alright, we're just going to use a flashback there. I want to get the purple anyway, regardless. Alright, there we go. So that's that done. So we'll now put on a car setup. I was saying I think we need a bit of understeer setup, so that's why I'm going to go for this up. I'm not going to take too much front wing off. I'm going to also add a bit of maybe a bit of rear downforce to sort of counter that. Maybe 5-6 wings. I think that should work. So therefore, it should really, in truth, effectively give a bit of understeer at the front of the car, and it should give nice grip towards the rear of the car, because that's really where I felt we were a bit weak on that one. So hopefully we'll do race strategy now, quickly. We'll see how that sort of affects it. I'm pretty sure it should work, because obviously I just felt we weren't steering. We were steering probably a bit too much at the front, and that was making the rear really step out. So first lap. Let's see where the car is. That's better through there anyway. Nice understeer through there. Good. So far I'm happy. Rear's a lot more glued to the track right now. Front's a lot better. Had to do a slight lift through there. Not going to worry about that too much. But we are a little bit better through there. Alright, this is going to be the crunch corner. Car's handling a lot better overall through there anyway. So the car does certainly feel better in terms of its downforce levels and grips levels. It doesn't feel unpredictable anymore. And that's only good. Because it just means when you head into a corner like this, you just have a confidence the car will stick. Just like that. Fastest first sector, and we haven't even turned up the ending yet. Hopefully it'll be good in the middle as well. Still up on the Delta. Slightly clipping front or two. Only a tenth, so yeah, I feel good now. The car just feels absolutely beast mode right now. Feels like it's just nailing the grip through there. Feels lovely. Right, into spoon corner. Gonna try 5th gear now. Not quite 5th gear, I don't think. Qualifying map could be 5th gear. I think in the race will be probably in between 5th and 4th. Alright, there we go. So right, that's practice done. Now we're going to get into qualifying. And we'll see hopefully where we can qualify for the Japanese Grand Prix, of course. And hopefully we'll get...
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session.
First would be nice. But obviously it's going to be close, I think, between myself and Valtteri Bottas, of course. So we'll have to wait and see, of course. Right, let's go into now, obviously the race. Quite a lot of things going on in tonight, obviously. Got quite a few amendments. You got Jeremy Corbyn's amendment, obviously, the Labour leaders. The Liberal Democrats amendment, put forth by Sir Vince Cable. Conservative amendment for Sir Oliver Letwin amendment. Then you got the Will Quince amendment, the Yet Cooper amendment, and also the Independent Group amendment. Oh yeah, and the Labour Dame Margaret Beck's amendment. Yeah.
If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy to lock up a front wheel and cause a flat spot. Just like that, your lap's ruined and you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
So yeah, you know, some quite big amendments coming forth tonight, obviously, from different parties in Parliament.
Standing by.
I'll probably be listening to them, obviously, at one point, or see what's gone on, of course. There's this good app, actually, for Parliament, for the UK Parliament anyway, in terms of for looking out for voting. I'll tell you when we come back in what, like when we've done the lap, saying like Parliament vote or something gives you like all the updates on who voted where, how it turned out in terms of the votes, and which parties backed it or didn't back it, of course. Anyway, so we're going to go out obviously for our first qualifying lap here at the circuit of Japan, of Suzuka. So obviously warming up tyres, getting the car ready for the big lap, of course. Just feeling the car, making sure everything's working how it was maybe beforehand, because when you put on a different set of tyres, obviously the car can and sometimes does feel a bit different. So obviously you need to work out how it's going to handle on that lap, or on your qualifying lap for your flyer, obviously for your flying lap, of course. Once you've done that, then you can start to establish where the pace may or may not come from. Alright, we're gonna go now. We're relatively close to the Alpha. We should get a little bit of slipstream, but we won't be affected by turbulence. Alright, so into turn 1. Through turn 2, 3, up through 4, into 5, through turn 6, and just power your way into 7, into turn 8, out of 8, power now, go for it. And done that extra gear just to give a bit of grip off the corner. So far it's been okay. Sergei Sorokin doing fastest lap. Obviously I expect we're going to beat that. But how much by?
Fantastic.
1:26.7. So yeah, 1:26.2. I reckon we need to go a bit faster. Yes, we do. So we need to go, I'm going to say we need to do a 1:25.7. That's how fast we need to go to win here.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
So I reckon first sector we were good. I'm going to say it's the last sector where we probably blew it a little bit through Spoon. And maybe a little bit also through here. I feel like we should have been a little bit earlier, more clinical on the power. So yeah, there are room where we can improve. I have a rough idea where that room is. But at least we're right now in second, so we're not, you know, down or anything. We're only been beaten on the first run by our teammate who's in the exact same car as us. So obviously I reckon we need to do probably a lap that is 7, probably about half a second faster. So that would put us in a 1:25.7 we're talking. If we can do that, I think we're going to be okay. And we may even have to go faster than that. We may even have to get into the 24s even. Or even into the low 25s. So
far,
yeah.
our fastest lap is a 1:26.2.
Right. Right, the thing that I was on about though. Come on. Gotta be careful because it's called Commons Vote. It's that app that you can get for iPhone, of course. Basically tells you everything that MPs have voted on within the last few weeks. Right, we're gonna go out with a few seconds. Probably in about a few seconds time. We're just gonna lower the fuel to 3.2 litres. And we'll go now actually.
Checks complete. All personnel be aware we have a car leaving.
It's a good app though, Commons Vote. Really informs you about the latest votes that have taken place within the Houses of Parliament, of course. Yeah. And it's quite also quick in terms of uploading the latest votes. Right, so we've got a new set of tyres, a lighter car, and hopefully a car that will get us pole position when we come round in about a lap or so's time. So obviously we're sat in second right now, so no need to rush. Got plenty of time in terms of clockwise, so we're good on that. So might as well just take it nice and easy. Now I'm just gonna do some nice warm up of tyres. Get our tyres lovely into shape now. Make sure the car's all in correct settings. And we now start to push the car. Our final corner towards the line and across the line, obviously down into turn one. Let's see what we can do through turn one. So not much time so far we've gained through here. That we're down in terms of our best delta, only going slightly faster. Really throwing the car into a lot of these corners. And that's us out of qualifying.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Got on the grass there. Like, I could have gone off like there, but I decided it was easier to go straight because I knew we weren't coming back from that. Alright, so we'll retire from the session. We'll finish second anyway, but yeah. What can I say? And it was probably, I don't know.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying.
Oh, we don't even finish second, sorry. We finished sixth, so right, we finished sixth. I guess it's alright, not brilliant. At least our teammate finished fourth. Do bear that in mind. Still on? Still active, the thingy imaging. Yeah, good. Thought my what you call it headset came loose there, because I'm making a fuzzy noise in my ear. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, obviously we beat our teammate, sort of, a little bit, because the other people beat him.
I'm glad you're not hurt, but that's a lot of.
But oh well. Right, so we'll obviously what we'll do now, we'll basically go into qualifying. The race. Obviously after that crash. Just got on the grass there though.
Well,
Alright, we'll check the weather because it is overcast.
We're still in with a chance of winning the title. We need
Let's
you to
try.
push as hard as you can.
So there's my teammate. We are here, so
Okay, go through all the gears if you can to make sure the engagement is okay.
in fact,
Start.
I am gonna say it.
Temperature into the tyres and
It
brakes.
was good we didn't start on pole.
So don't go too high with the revs.
But now we can affect our teammates' race a little bit. Just a little bit. You can sort of, what you call it, mirror him. And race him a little bit, which is nice. So this is where we go on the grass a little bit. And that's where we crashed. Even though I was throwing it into a corner like a maniac. A little bit. Probably too aggressive. Should have tried to do what we did on first lap, but maybe do a bit better. That's maybe what we should have done. So making a nice separation gap between me and Van Dorn. Leaving in fact quite a big separation gap, about 3 to 2 car lengths, maybe 4 even.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
So my teammate
The rest of the grid
is in front of me,
Be
obviously.
patient and watch
Ricardo
the
in
lights.
first, Leclerc in second, Fernando in third. So for once, no Mercedes inside the top 3 this season in terms of starting grid. But how will that finish? So just utilising the slipstream down into turn 1 we go then. A little bit of contact. Vettel also making a bit of contact with me. Just making sure we've got no damage, which we don't. That's good news. Oh no! Oh, for bull's sake. Where's the...
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright.
We sort of went a bit... What happened was we were following Van Dorn, then we got a little bit onto the grass and then sort of lost the car. That what was meant to happen. Even though the grass bit at the end of it wasn't. Still. I will use like 1 or 2 flashbacks, but we'll try to limit them. It's really a silly mistake from me, that was, though. I will say that. Right, how much fuel we got on board? Probably not enough to go rich anyway. So we're quite light in terms of our fuel mode right now. Right.
Point and focus now for the rest of the race.
So Van Dorn is really hustling my teammate a little bit. At least my teammate ain't going fast. That's good news. So my teammate is a bit slow. Just a tad. Right around the outside. Tried it, but we're really, really good in that first sector right now. Alright, lap 3 coming up now. Still sat in 6th place. Even though we don't intend on it much longer. Van Dorn was having a look there. I could tell by the way he positioned his car. We've got a poor exit. We're going to be defending from Vettel down this straight. Vettel goes wide, almost takes us out.
Okay, clear.
Oh, balls. No, no, no. Don't do it. Don't. Yes, that's it. Alright, making a few mistakes, need to get back in the groove here. If we want to challenge for what would be.
Okay, information. There, slowing down. 55 in front of their car.
Didn't even hear that. Alright, this is going to be a qualifying type lap. That's what I'm going to do here. Don't need to out the top of the hill, Julian. So right, we've had a good lap to recover ourselves here.
Valtteri is in the pits.
Okay, so Bottas is in the pits.
This lap, give us the best in lap you can.
Time to clear this prick. Oh, that's the second time we've gone off there.
Okay.
Well, in that
was a big
sort
one.
of
Confirm you're okay, please.
track position. Oh, that's annoying. I sort of just opened up the steering. Oh, we don't want to get stuck behind them two, so we really want to push. Really do. Even though Alonso will be in first, I would have thought. Wouldn't he? Van Dorn would be second, maybe? Due to the fact Van Dorn is maybe the weaker driver.
This lap, please.
Please box Alonso, please box Alonso, please box Alonso. Yes. Off of speeding in pit lane. Oh, there we go.
Go now.
So 2 seconds flat that was. Let's go, come on. So that's Leclerc, good. Here comes my teammate, he's gonna go past.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
And then I got a bit of slide on the exit, which made it worse. Here the tyres work quite nicely on the outer lap, I will say that. Oh, Sainz is going slow, awfully slow Sainz is.
Okay, clear.
Right, get this fella out of my way. Why is he going so slow, my teammate? It's tempting, you know, to go down the inside that one of these corners.
Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
Why did we stop? I guess we would have not
Okay,
expected
slow
safety
down.
car.
Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace. Softs on the car behind.
Right, obviously, gonna save fuel underneath this safety car.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Obviously, when under safety car, obviously you have to follow the delta. Obviously, I wasn't even concentrating. I was checking my fuel gauge to see how much fuel we've got, and then next minute I know we're in the back of our teammate. Right, so we've got just under 1 litre. As long as we keep our tyres alive, should be able to get a nice exit when safety car comes in. And I'm going to say it's going to come in next lap, so we're going to do a lot of zigzagging. And when that safety car comes in, I think I know where I'm going to send it. Slow down. Take a more.
Okay, some information on Perez. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I hope safety car comes in this lap. The field is bunched up. Come on, safety car, go in. Should be just after spoon corner, we'll get told where the safety car coming in, so we'll be on our guard here. Nope, safety car is coming in. I was thinking it was staying out.
Those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Why did it allow me to go full throttle there? What stupid game. So it allowed me to apply as much throttle as I wanted out of that first corner, but oh. I think they need to address the safety car stuff, in all honesty. That's one thing they need to do in F1 2019, or for F1 2019, the game. Right, we're gonna go down the inside of Bottas. As long as we get a good exit, which we have. Oh yes, Bottas, you are done, my friend. You are done.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Have that, my friend Bottas. You are done. Now it's time to get Alonso. If possible. Teammate looking incredibly racy after that restart. Oh yes, saved it. Just about. Come on. If we can get Alonso and Charles, that'd be good of a result, I think, today. We'd lose 7 points to, what's his name, to Ricciardo, but we'd gain also 7 points to our teammate. I had to do that because obviously Alonso was going so slow. He would have backed me up into my teammate. As you can see, my teammate is trying around the outside of Alonso. Not anymore though.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Come on. That should be enough fuel anyway. Right, if we're going to make a move on Charles Leclerc, we're going to have to commit at some point on the next lap. Oh, why are we in the pit lane? Well, actually, it's sort of... So it puts us in the pit lane. I think that's now a reasonable excuse to utilise a flashback.
This is your final lap of the race. mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
My teammate took me out of the race. I think that's the only way we can describe it. So I went on the grass, I somehow got the car in a good position, and then my teammate decides bang into me. How did my front wing come off there? Jeez, my teammate must have hit me at such force. That took him out as well on the very, very last lap. We got past Charles, and then obviously I went over on that grass shit. Oh well. Oh, for crying out loud now, the tyres I think are gone. So Ricciardo's your race winner, we come home in second, Leclerc third.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through.
Bottas came home in fourth. I reckon that was the Grand Prix. Again, that could have been so much, but turned out to be, or delivered so little, because I honestly think we could have won that race.
And after this round of the
I think we should have done better in qualifying. I think there was moments in that race where we should have done better and been more stronger. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm happy with the way it turned out in the end, sort of. Yeah.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? You had a few bumps and scrapes today. Who would you say is at fault?
So right, there we go.
Appreciate your time.
That's the media session done. And we'll now skip to the US Grand Prix where we'll end the video, of course. So there'll be tomorrow, by the way, just before we end the video, tomorrow I'm going to be doing modern car versus classic car, and maybe be the McLaren of 2018 and the McLaren of 08 going up against one another, and to see which one is faster, and to see obviously the difference in terms of lap time as well, because obviously I think the lap time, it's nice to see the difference, of course. So yeah, we'll see obviously how that goes, okay, because obviously if you don't know, McLaren actually have shares or shareholders that live and work in Bahrain and are from the Bahrain country. So obviously, being that McLaren has heritage in Bahrain, of course, therefore I think it's only right that McLaren be the team that sort of represents Bahrain, sort of thing. So see you all next time for another video at the USA Grand Prix, which will come out probably on Thursday or Wednesday, one of the two. See you all next time.